The path of meditation. From an ancient perspective, this path of meditation was also known, or is also presently known, as the Raja Yoga. Raja Yoga is one of the paths towards spiritual enlightenment. The other paths are Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga and Jnana Yoga. The meditation path, that is the exclusive path of watching your mind, studying it, regulating it and bringing it under your control, is a science, because the approach is very scientific. The process of going about watching your mind and understanding it in the Raja Yoga path has been worked out very thoroughly. In fact, as we go ahead in meditation, we can verify every step and understand whether we are actually making any progress or not. In fact, if somebody is trying to tell the other, or if the other person is trying to implement it within oneself, one can actually see that this path can be demonstrated, it can be experienced, and it can be explained in terms of the human psyche. Explained in terms of the human psyche would mean that, suppose I am trying to explain to you how I enjoyed a movie, then I try to tell you how the script was good, and you would concur with it and you would say, okay, it was great, I also felt the same way, and I felt that the actor had done justice to his role, and your psyche also understands it and goes ahead with the same belief. So this is how I can translate it, and we can have a movie out there and we can see that these are the factors that make a movie great, and we can agree upon them. Just like that, the path of meditation can be explained in terms of the human psyche, where we are saying that, okay, there are desires that are springing up in me. These desires cause these disturbances in me. If these disturbances are caused, I can take this step to check them and that step to regulate them, and the other person would exactly understand it because he or she feels it in the same way. That is why this path of meditation in the ancient times was called as the kingly path. Kingly means it's a grand path, and there are some important factors that make this path very dynamic and very purposeful. Firstly is that it's not based on imagination. You're not imagining that something's changing or something's getting better inside you. And there's no belief system like how you would have towards a god or towards some ideal or doctrine. You are actually verifying it for yourself. And faith, it's not like, I have faith and devotion towards this path and only then this path gives me a benefit. No, it is directly experienced as a development that is constantly happening within us, and that is why this path gives us conviction in what we are doing, and backed by conviction there is something very interesting, and that is authority. It gives you authority in the sense you are your best judge. You end up being your best judge because you have been working on your own mind, and the mind has been giving you that kind of understanding and control, which means that you are the master of your own self. You know yourself the best. That is why the path of meditation and watching yourself, the Raja Yoga path, is known as the kingly path. There's something even more to add, and that is that this is one discipline, one path where we're not giving into any faith, we're not giving into any sort of reasoning or analysis. We're going directly within ourselves, and when we are dealing within ourselves and trying to get the better out of us, what happens? We grow, and that is constantly happening. There is a conscious change in meditation, and with growing, what happens? We evolve. Right? There is a development that is happening all the time within us, and from what we are to what we were to what we are becoming becomes very evident. And importantly, we gain depth. There is great depth in understanding in everything. At one time we would be extremely shallow and superficial in our outlook, but then we learn to gain depth. And all this is not happening from anywhere outside. Nobody is doing that to you. You're working within, and you're seeing the development from within. In fact, in other words, the mandate of growth in you is from within. And the satisfaction you get is something that is to relish, because it is from your own experience and development. You feel very fulfilled of having brought things under your control, which is most dear to you. That is an instrument that is the most closest to you, the mind. You have learned to regulate it and bring it under your control. This satisfaction is immense. But this path is also very interesting. Why is it interesting? Is because this whole thing is based on the instrument called the mind, and we all know how mysterious it is. Mysterious in the sense it's an instrument that is waiting for so much discovery that we would have to learn and look into how the mind works, and that is why this mysterious nature of the mind makes it all the more interesting. And it is valuable as well, because it is something that you can value within yourself, and it is precious simply because the change that is happening is within your own mind, and your own mind is your own companion. There is no wealth, there is no health, there is no success that can be so close and so important and so precious as one's own mind. And all this is happening to us in our day-to-day life, and that is why it has so much value. Meditation, as we know, it deals with the mind. In fact, the path of meditation, the study of meditation, is the science of the mind. You need not go anywhere to learn it or to be under the training of somebody. You just need somebody to show you how it is that you check your own mind, how it is that you watch your own mind, and you can do that by hearing and sitting within yourself. You don't have to go anywhere external to see how it is. The Upanishads have mention of this, that is, the ancient Hindu scriptures have spoken about it, but the ancient Hindu scriptures have dedicated a lot of time and energy to only speak of the truth. They did not speak of the methods to it. They did mention that you have to have some mental disciplines and the struggles that are there with the mental disciplines, but the detailed working of what all struggles are there, how you come out of it, what all are the various laws of the mind, that has never been discussed. And meditation has it. Meditation actually speaks about how your mind would react to various situations, impulses, desires that come in and that disturb you. The whole stress is definitely on the mind, and the path of meditation doesn't take you not only takes you to the ultimate realization if you wish for it, but it also points out the effects and the developments that you can have on a day-to-day experience, and how you can make your life or your mind more sublime. Sublime is the ability to have depth, the ability to feel things in a deeper sense, which is opposite to how we are right now, that we are shallow or that we do not have depth. And it makes our life more fruitful, more happy, and most importantly, very, very peaceful. Peaceful in the sense is not like we will always be numb without any ability to participate in this world. It is just that with the dim and bustle, with the force of interactions and reactions that come, we will still be able to flow in a pace that is much within our control, and with this control we will even be having the power to watch what is happening within. That is why peace means that which is in my control, and all this, when they happen together, it makes our life integrated. So this is the uniqueness of the path of meditation, specifically of watching your mind and developing your mind according to the way you feel is the best version that you have to bring out of yourself.